Hello, my name's James Bednall. I'm a lecturer and a researcher at Charles Darwin University in Northern Australia. I'm a non-Indigenous linguist, and I work with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities in Australia on projects to support, to document, to revitalise, maintain, advocate for First Nations languages. I've been very lucky and privileged to be able to work in this space for the last 15 years. And I've kind of been involved in this type of language work in a couple of different kinds of capacities. So a lot of the work that I've been able to do, I've worked in community language centres in Australia. We have quite a network of kind of community-led, community-owned and oriented language centres, which are places for language communities to to do all sorts of language-oriented work, to deliver programs for revitalising and sustaining languages, a place for resource production, producing dictionaries and grammar books and guides, as well as books and storybooks and different kinds of knowledge collections, so ethnobotanical knowledge collections, all sorts of stories, as well as then producing maybe more kind of pedagogical teaching materials, teaching resources, working alongside schools, and so I've been able to work mainly with two language centres in Australia, one in Midwest Western Australia, and another language centre in Northern Australia, in East Arnhem Land. And it's been an incredible experience to work with really passionate language advocates, language speakers, elders. So again, in Australia, we have very, very varied language situations all around the country, places where languages are very strong, where kids are speaking languages as their first languages, and we've got very strong intergenerational transmission of languages. In other parts of Australia, we have languages that are much more fragile, sleeping languages, languages that are being revitalised and woken up and brought back. It's an incredible thing to be able to support these different language groups and language communities doing this really inspirational work. One of the main language communities I work with is called the Bednall community in Midwest Western Australia. I've been working with that community for about 15 years. I started working with an old man called Gamioli George. He was the last speaker of that language who grew up speaking that language as his first language. Again, it was an incredible honour for me to be able to work with that old man until he passed away in 2018. We were able to document and record a huge number of his stories and his vast language knowledge. And after he passed, there was a time of sorry business where we kind of put a pause on the language work. But in the last few years, again, it's been really inspiring that there's this whole new generation of Bednall speakers who are now taking the legacy of that old man, and there's a really strong program kind of up and coming to revitalise and bring back Bednall language. So we've got young educators and language learners, new programs, community-focused programs, as well as partnerships with the schools to really enliven and make Bednall seen and heard and used again. And so it's programs like this which are incredibly was just amazing to be able to work alongside and support this really rich, deep work that you can see investments across generations, and it's difficult work, and it's it's long-term work, but again, you can see these languages that are so fragile, and yet language communities have so much resilience and strength that that there's all of these things that people can do to to make sure that those languages don't keep sleeping, that they come back and are used and heard. And so that's a very inspiring thing for me, to be able to be just a small part of that of that journey. Another, I guess, the other main kind of language community that I work with closely is quite a different context in Northern Australia, where the language is called Anandiliagwa, spoken in East Arnhem Land. Quite a strong language where all the kids are still speaking Anandiliagwa as their first language. And so, but again, like probably most First Nations languages around the world, still under threat and pressure from global languages like English. And so, again, there's a strong push for Wanamamalia communities who speak Anandiliagwa, for that sustaining, maintenance, continuation of language, making sure that there's programs in place, that again, there's knowledge systems that are are sometimes getting forgotten, or again, there's sometimes not that time and space for all of that deep knowledge, and so these language centres, these community organisations are so integral and important for doing this work, for doing this language work. So I guess that's a lot of my background, being able to work in these community spaces, provide support in these community spaces, and as well as now working in the kind of university system, where again that's a different space again, but again another kind of privilege that I have in my current role is being able to work with First Nations students, undergraduate students, graduate students, again, people doing really incredible things with our communities, with our languages, and to, again, be part of that kind of ecosystem where, people are supporting each other, people see the incredible value of language diversity, of multilingualism, of preserving and continuing and strengthening all of these, of these languages and knowledge systems. And again, I think that's where, the importance of all of this lies, is in terms of, languages being ways of identifying who we are and how we connect and what our histories are. Languages are so powerful as those identity markers, as those ways of bringing communities together, and that kind of group solidarity of having that shared language, or shared languages as well, and so that importance of multilingualism and respecting and valuing different languages and different backgrounds, and the knowledges that are embedded and ingrained in those different languages and language varieties, I think is just it's so important. There's so much diversity in the world. There's so many languages with different stories to tell, and for me, being able to to listen to different stories in different languages, to see these different kinds of histories and knowledges and knowledge systems, and just different ways of being able to connect with people through through these incredible systems of communication and culture and history. I think is really, really special, and something that we don't want to take for granted. And so, I think that's where it's really important that wherever we can have that respect, we can have that that pride, and and share that respect for different languages, for different language varieties, different ways of speaking about the world, of viewing the world, different perspectives, and that's the beauty of language diversity, of multilingualism, being able to on one hand come together and connect, but also see all of these beautiful differences, and different ways that we can understand this amazing world around us. So obviously this is just from my kind of perspective, and my perspective particularly as kind of a speaker of a dominant language who has had this amazing opportunity to work with a lot of diverse language communities, but these are the messages that I hear all the time from different language communities, is that that importance that everyone has and brings to this kind of language space. And so I'd say to everybody out there, just be proud, be strong. It can be a tough journey and a difficult journey sometimes. There's many challenges out there, but there's also many opportunities. There's incredible people all around the world, language advocates, elders, knowledge holders, language specialists, who are just so resilient and strong, and so I'd say work with your communities, connect with your communities, connect with other communities, work together, network, and keep languages strong, keep speaking languages, because we're all better for it. Communities, individuals, and the whole world, I think, is a better place when we have strong, diverse languages. All right, so I guess my message to Indigenous peoples of Nepal and the Tamang community in particular, I'd just say, keep being proud, keep being strong, keep speaking your languages, keep sharing your languages, and supporting each other, because languages are so important, and I think particularly if you're able to support your own language communities, support each other, and keep those languages strong into the future, then your children and grandchildren and future generations are going to be so thankful for that. So thank you.